What's going on, guys? My name is Rami. I am a risk taker, entrepreneur, road runner, and I am self made. These are my picks for the upcoming fight night this Saturday. Let's get into it. So, first fight on the card is Luan Lacerda versus Simon Olivera. I had in my notes that both these guys are ass. And Luan Lacerda. I know Simon Olivera, he's really ass. But Luan Lacerda, he hasn't fought in like 2 years. Simon Olivera, he's like keeping up with his assness. He's losing, but his last fight was in March, I want to say. So yeah, but he's been losing to decently good competition. Luan Lacerda, he did lose to I think Damon Blackshear. I want to say, but yeah, I'm going Simon Olivera. He is the shorter fighter, but he has the longer reach, and I'm going by decision. One of them has to get their first win, so I think it's going to be Simon. We're skipping the women's fights. Next fight, Walter Walker versus Mo the Motor Usman. Dang, look at Mo Usman's traps. That's crazy. But Walter Walker, he's on a 3-fight heel hook streak. 4 fights in the UFC, 3-1. Mo Usman, he's ass. He had a close decision with Hamdi El Wahab, and he lost to Thomas Peterson, who's also on this card, and Mick Parkin. So he's ass. I'm picking Walter Walker by another heel hook. I think he's going to keep the streak going, break the record for most in a row. So I'm going to be going with Walter Walker by sub. Next fight, Lucas Rocha versus Stuart Nickel. I had in my notes that Lucas Rocha, they're both on I think they're both 0-1 in the UFC. But Lucas Rocha, he lost to Clayton Carpenter, and if I recall, it wasn't that bad of a beating. And Clayton Carpenter, I rate him. He's on this card. And Lucas Rocha, he had a nasty KO on the Contender Series. It was like a knee. He like grabbed his head, boom, with the knee. And then Stuart Nickel, his last fight was over a year ago. So, and I didn't really rate him that high. So I'm going Lucas Rocha. He has nasty hands. I'm going to go Lucas Rocha by round 3 KO. I'm going to go TKO. KO, same thing. Next fight, Vitor Petrino versus Thomas Peterson. This is probably the easiest pick on the card. I'm going Vitor Petrino. Just look at him, man. We got Vitor Petrino. Even though he had some bad losses at light heavyweight, he came up with a letterman skill, just destroyed Austin Lane. He had him in mount. I don't remember if he submitted him or KO'd him. He submitted him. I just got word. My sources. But yeah, he submitted him. I just remember he had him in mount. I think it was by arm triangle, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Thomas Peterson, he's ass. Just look at him. Just look at his build, man. This is heavyweight. Look at Vitor Petrino's build. Look at Thomas Peterson's build. You can tell me who's going to win. So I'm picking Vitor Petrino by lighterman skill. He has nasty power, but he's a little bit cautious after the Anthony Smith fight where he was just running in and stuff, and then he got guillotined. But sub or KO, I'm picking sub. I'm gonna say round 2. I think he's gonna crack Thomas Peterson early. He has bad finishing instincts, so I'm gonna say sub round 2. Next fight, Jafel Filho versus Clayton Carpenter. Like I said earlier, I really rate Clayton Carpenter. I'm picking Clayton Carpenter by sub. This fight, he had a competitive fight earlier this year with Tagir Ulanbekov on the Makachev Moicano card, and Clayton Carpenter, he was really holding his own. Filho, I don't know. I don't really rate him. In his Contender Series win, he was losing. It was a comeback round 3 knockout. And just nothing on his resume really stands out to me. I think he has a few losses to decent fighters, but Yeah, he was lost to Makayev, and he's beat Ode Osborne by sub, but is that really a flex? Ode Osborne gasses out after one round, and he has no ground game. So I'm picking Clayton Carpenter by sub. Next fight is Lucas Almeida versus Michael Aswell. I'm picking Michael Aswell. I really don't rate Lucas Almeida. I think he's ass. They both lost their Dana White Contender Series fight, and they're both in the UFC. But Michael Aswell, he was holding his own against Belagioki. He was doing decent in that fight, if I recall. But yeah, they're both obviously on a loss streak. I think Lucas Almeida's, yeah, Michael Aswell hasn't won in the UFC, but Lucas Almeida has. I just don't rate Lucas Almeida at all. I think he's just ass. So I'm picking Michael Aswell by, I'm going to say blowout decision, actually. I think he's just going to destroy him. So Michael Aswell by not really competitive decision. Next fight is Ricardo Ramos versus Con Ofli. So we got Pedro Pascal versus Volk at home. So I'm picking Ricardo Ramos. I think they're both coming off losses, but Con Ofli's ass. Like in his last fight, who was it against? I don't remember, but Muhammad Naimov. Yeah, I don't even rate Naimov that highly as well, but he was losing that fight, and then he just no urgency at all. He didn't really know where he was. I don't know if he thought the fight was tied or the rounds were tied and he was trying to wrestle. That's why, but the wrestling wasn't working anyways. He's an idiot. So I'm picking Ricardo Ramos. He's a crafty vet. He has a lot of fights. He's been in the cage with good fighters. Let me say that. He lost to Lerone, Saeed, Jourdain, but I mean, obviously that doesn't make you good, but he's just been in the cage with good fighters. He beat Ayman Zahabi. So just being around better fighters, I think Ricardo Ramos is going to take this one just by knockout because Con Ofli's ass. Next fight, we got Janata Deniz versus Mario Pinto. Janata Deniz, if you're watching this, I hate you, man. You sold my parlay one time against, I think it was Tybura. Yeah, I hate Janata Deniz. He's a glory kickboxer. His last fight, it was against some random heavyweight, some random fireman, and it was a competitive striking match, which is something you don't want to see when you're a kickboxer in the UFC and you're just beating up some fireman, but he's holding his own. It was a 29-28. Mario Pinto, he's undefeated. He has decent striking, so I'm going to just pick Mario Pinto. If Janata Deniz can't get a fireman out the cage, he's not going to be able to get Mario Pinto. I'm picking Mario Pinto by, do I pick KO or decision? I'm going to pick round 1 KO. Next fight, Vicente Luque versus Joel Alvarez. I'm going to pick Vicente Luque. I just think he's the bigger fighter. It's like, nah. Bro, Joel Alvarez is going to kill this man. He obviously has the lighter man skill. Joel Alvarez, it was Drakkar Close that he had the knee into the guillotine. That was crazy. And then it was just, yeah. Joel Alvarez, 100% finish rate. His last fight against BSD he pulled out of. But yeah, I'm picking Joel Alvarez. Vicente Luque, he's coming off a loss to Kevin Holland. And he had that one fight against Themba Gorimbo. That was a fluke, I'm going to be honest. But then he got 1-2 dropped against Holland and then got Darst. Joel Alvarez, he's just a beast. He has good finishing instincts. And Vicente Luque, the CTE's caught up to him. So Joel Alvarez by KO. Pick KO. Now, this is an interesting fight. I feel like a lot of people may be picking Figgy. I don't see a lot of people picking Montel Jackson, but I'm picking Montel Jackson. In my opinion, I know he was Figueiredo was competitive somewhat against Sandhagen, even though he pulled out his knee. In my opinion, Figgy just has bad fight IQ. And against Jan, he was holding his own, but Jan, I think Jan, he just lost a step. Like Figgy, he wasn't doing anything. He would just bomb a hook or bomb an overhand, and then Jan would get knocked down, and then Figgy would win the round. Like, I just don't rate Figgy that high at all. Montel Jackson, on the other hand, has, I believe, the most knockdowns in bantamweight history. So both guys with big power. Figgy, lighter man skill, but he's been fighting at bantamweight for a while, so I think he's just a natural bantamweight now. And Montel Jackson's huge. I'm picking Montel Jackson, though. I'm picking him, I believe this is a 3-rounder, so I'll pick him round 3 comeback KO. That's what I'm going to say. And now, last fight. Charles do Bronx versus the Mateusz the Gamer Gamrot. I'm picking Gamrot. I don't think a lot of people are giving Gamrot a fair chance. They're saying Charles has the striking, and I don't rate Olivera's striking that high. He just runs forward, and when you run forward with the high guard, you're just leaving your hips wide open. I feel like he's just going to get him with the double leg. I just think he's going to get him with the double leg. And then Olivera, we've seen him against Makhachev, against Saryukian, against Topuria. He's just willing to accept bottom position, and he's not that urgent to get up. And against Gamrot, you can't just do that because he's just going to lay on you the rest of the round. Even though it's a 5-round fight, I do think it's going to be a close decision. It's going to be close, I'm going to say that, and it's going to be a robbery. It's going to be a robbery either way. People are going to say robbery, that's what I'm going to say. So I'm picking Gamrot by 48-47 split decision. I just think Gamrot, he has decent striking. He got robbed against Hooker. He should have won that fight. But it was robbery, damage-based scoring. And he got Hooker with like a good double jab or double punch. It was weird, man, on the 305 card. But Gamrot, he can hold his own with the striking, and I don't rate Olivera's striking that highly. He couldn't get Michael Chandler out of there for 5 rounds. So I just don't rate Olivera's that highly anymore. I think just his style against these wrestlers doesn't work as well as it does against these strikers. So I'm going to say 48-47 split decision for the Gamer. Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm doing these picks in conjunction with the Dark Knight. Some of you may know him as Vulcan. He goes by many names, but go look at his picks on his channel. We're going against each other. Whoever gets more picks right gets 20 beans. So hope you guys go check his stuff out. Drop a like and just bless me up. Y'all have a good one.